Hey there folks, Caleb Downing with SDI, and today it's another tale of woes. Kind of, but not really, but kind of it is. Basically, what we have today is I brought out my MP5. This is MP5 that we put the happy switch in. We were so excited about getting out and shooting this guy full auto, burning it down, wasting ammo, and just having a good old time. Well, come to find out, I hadn't assembled everything properly. So, tales of woe, that might be one way to say it. Also, just attention to detail. Whenever I got this thing, and whenever I put it all together, it was not that big of a deal to put it all together and to swap pieces out. It's almost like putting together an AR-15 lower. It's almost that easy. It's pretty dang simple as far as swapping things out. A little bit more involved as far as these pins go. Make sure everything's in here right. There we go. And yeah, everything falls out. And basically, when this thing's all taken apart, you kind of have an upper and you kind of have a lower. Kind of like an AR-15, a little bit similar but different. And this would be interesting to tell. If you guys, if any MP5 guys are out there, can you look at this thing and you tell me, why would this guy not cycle properly on a 9mm MP5? Well, it all has to do with this thingy-majigger. This is the ejector, all right? That's the ejector. When the bolt comes back, well, he's kind of in there and it's really nasty, but when the bolt comes back, it hits this little portion back here. Boom! Knocks this little trampoline guy up. That's your ejector. It's very simple, very straightforward. Well, if you take a look at how this guy looks, right? Looks like that. Sorry, my lighting's not that great right now. But it looks like that. The original, where'd I put it? The original one, slightly different. It's the original POF that came on here. Put this guy down so it all looks the same. Look at that. Slightly different, isn't it? Look at these side by side. When you look at them side by side, you can definitely tell they're different. Obviously, one of them has a hole in it. Okay, not sure. I'm not an expert on MP5s, but that is a difference. But also, this is short. This one's long. The angle seems to be steeper on this one, whereas this one, not so much. So, my understanding is I did a very simple mistake. I did not swap out my ejectors when I switched out my frames, or my trigger packs. And the problem is that yes, the gun would fire, but it would not eject. It was having problems. It didn't eject one single time. It was just having terrible, terrible problems. And it kind of, in a way, ruined my shooting afternoon, all right? In a way. It also is a learning experience because sometimes, especially when you're working on newer platforms, like this is a newer platform for me to like work on like this. AR-15s, I do this a lot. I do it a lot. MP5s, don't do them so much, right? So this is something to be like, okay, make sure you pay very close attention because all these pieces and parts, they might fit, but they're not compatible with the different calibers. My understanding, this is a different ejector for a different caliber. That's my understanding of it. This is the proper ejector. I know this guy works because if I put this guy on, he would work. Anyway, guys, that's just a little caution for you guys. If you're working especially on newer platforms, and God forbid you're working on somebody else's firearm, you're doing your gunsmith thing, you're working on somebody else's firearm, do the research you need. Don't go off of, I think I can figure this out. No, go off of some facts. Pull up some schematics. Make sure you have the right pieces and parts. Make sure you put the pieces and parts together properly, especially if it's somebody else's gun, because you don't want to do work for somebody. They pay you money. You give them back a gun like I had here, they go out to shoot it and finally have some fun, and yeah, it just doesn't work. You don't want that. That'll ruin your business reputation. It just won't look good, won't be good. So pay attention to detail, do things right, and check your stuff. All right, Caleb Downing with SDI. Hope you find it interesting and helpful. Y'all take care. Hopefully we'll catch you guys in the next video. See you.